Okay, hello, how are you? I hope that you're okay. This is going to be your last video before changing the platform. We already finished almost all the unit. We are ready in order to check for the partial, in order to go for the partial on Monday and to the final test on Tuesday. I'm going to be delivering some instructions until Friday in order to prepare ourselves how it's going to work. I'm going to send a tutorial about the platform. I'm going to try a massive call or video call in the platform in order to understand how it's going to work. Maybe this is going to be at the weekend, so please beware about that and be concerned and pay attention to the WhatsApp group in order to know how it's going to work. Okay, so let's go to our final tasks. We already finished until here critical thinking. So today, what are you going today? What are you going to do today? Sorry. Now you can. We have discuss caring for the elderly. You are going to do letter A and letter B. Letter A says, frame your ideas. With a partner, discuss these statements and check those you think are true about care for the elderly in your country. What do you think that is true from this one? Most elderly people are adequately cared for. The way that the elderly are cared for has been changing. The elderly usually live with younger family members. I don't know, you're going to check true or false. And then you are going to explain me one of those on your notebooks. If you check it, I don't know, maybe most elderly people are adequately cared for. It's true, you check it. You're going to explain it. It's false, you are going to explain it also. You're going to choose two of these, okay? That is your first activity. Okay, you're going to do this now. You're going to discuss the challenge each person is facing and recommend solutions. Example, Suzanne is divorced and has three young daughters. Her mother died years ago, and her 75-year-old father can no longer take care of himself. He often forgets things. She worries that he might get hurt. Okay, you are going to tell me what do you think that is the solution for this case. Okay? Okay, this is your second task. Okay, we're going to know two common errors that writers often make when joining two sentences. Okay, run-on sentences. Connecting sentences or independent clauses without using punctuation. I told you several times that punctuation is really important in English. This is an incorrect sentence. My grandmother was strict with my mom, however, my mom isn't at all strict with me. In this case, we have this punctuation, yes, there is a comma, but the correct is to separate the two sentences with a period. Here, we should need a period here before the however. That is the rule. Another one, comma splices. Connected two sentences or independent clauses with a comma and no conjunction. Incorrect. My dad and I used to have lots of arguments. Comma, usually after a comma we have a conjunction. In this case, when we are joining two sentences together, in this case we could use, I don't know, maybe we're going to move this. We can use but. Okay, that would be the common or the correct way. So we have my dad and I used to have lots of arguments, but now we get along great. So what it says, to correct a run-off sentence or a comma splice, choose one of the following techniques. Use a period and capitalize the following word. Example, my grandmother was strict with my mom, period, capital letter, however, comma, my mom isn't at all strict with me. Next example, my dad and I used to have lots of arguments, period, capital letter, now we get along great. Or we can use a semicolon. My grandmother was strict with my mom, semicolon, My mom isn't at all strict with me. Or my dad and I used to have lots of arguments, semicolon. Now we get along great. Next, use a comma and a coordinating conjunction. My grandmother was strict with my mom, comma, the coordinated conjunction. But, as I told you here, my mom isn't at all strict with me. Or, my dad and I used to have lots of arguments, comma, coordinating conjunction, but now we get along great. Remember some coordinating conjunctions. And, for, or, yet, but, nor, so. Okay? What are you going to do now? We have this practice, letter B. But it says, all the sentences have errors. Label each sentence R for run-on or C for comma splice. The examples that we were talking about above. Then, on a separate sheet of paper on your notebooks, correct each sentence using one of the techniques. Okay? And the last part, practice. On a separate sheet of paper, rewrite the paragraph correcting any run-on sentences or comma splices. Okay? You are going to correct the mistakes here, applying the rules. Okay. This is for tomorrow at 9 a.m. as always. But today I'm going to give you one extra homework, but this is going to be for Friday. You are going to do all the review. Okay? This is going to be your task for Friday in order to prepare you for the test. So, this is the only part that you are going to need, that is a listening, and the rest you are going to send it on Friday. Listen.
Listen to the conversations about generational issues. Conversation 1.
Just look at this email from Jordan's English teacher. It says Jordan's missing his last 2 book reports and his grades are going downhill.
No way. Every time I see him in front of the computer, he tells me he's doing homework.
He's probably spending hours on the internet wasting time. That's it. No more internet until his grades get better at school. Let's go talk to him together.
Conversation 2.
I'm really getting worried about Sandy. I don't know what to do.
Sandy? She's such a good kid. What's up?
Well, ever since she got her driver's license last month, she's been staying out later and later. Last night, she didn't get home until after 11. She's no baby, but I worry about her. I'm losing sleep.
Well, you need your sleep. Why don't you give her a curfew? Tell her if she gets in 1 minute late, she's grounded.
Conversation 3.
Hey, Jill. What's up?
I'm grounded. I can't go to the concert.
What did you do?
Absolutely nothing. My dad told me to take off all my makeup before I went to school, and I told him he was being ridiculous.
You told him that?
Yeah, he's just so annoying. Next time he tells me I can't wear makeup, I think I'll get a tattoo. That'll show him.
Conversation 4.
You know, Jen, Mom and Dad aren't that bad. Now that I think back on how much trouble we gave him, I appreciate him more.
Me too. I used to think they were so dumb, but it turns out they are pretty smart. You know, I hope when I have kids, I'll be as smart about kids as Mom and Dad.
Now listen to each conversation again.
Okay. So, this is your task for Friday. Okay? This was the last video that we had. So, until Friday or Saturday, I'm going to send you, as I told you, the tutorial. And I'm going to expect until Saturday in the morning in order to complete all the tasks that maybe you are missing. Okay, because this is a special module and I don't want you to fail. So I'm trying to be kind in that aspect. But it's up to you. It's going to depend on you. You know that I don't give scores or grades. I just trying to be fair with all of you that were already doing their task, their homeworks. They were warned about that all the things that we were doing in this virtual class. So that's all for today. I hope to see you soon. I know that now the quarantine is worse than before, so please take care of yourself and your relatives. Be safe. Was my pleasure as always. Bye bye.